Tend the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale and his eye was odd. He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again. He trod a path that few have trod, did Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
He kept a shop in London town, of fancy clients and good renown. And what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved. By Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Swing your razor wise, hold it to the skies. Freely flows the blood of those who mobilize.
His knees were few, his room was bare.
A lava bow and a fancy chair. An apron, a towel, a pail, and a mop.
For neatness he deserves a nod to Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. Inconspicuous Sweeney was quick and quiet and clean. He was back of his smile, under his word. Sweeney heard music that nobody heard. Sweeney plotted and Sweeney played like a perfect machine. He played. Sweeney was smooth, Sweeney was subtle. Sweeney would blink and rasp his skull. Sweeney was smooth, Sweeney was subtle. Sweeney would blink and rasp his stomach. Inconspicuous Sweeney was Sweeney would blink and rasp his stomach. Sweeney was Sweeney, 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 Sweeney.
Tend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
Tend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
He served a dark and a vengeful God.
He served a dark and a vengeful God.
What happened then? Well, that's the play, and he wouldn't want us to give it away. Not Sweeney.
Not Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Fleet Street.
Mr. Todd, sir. You are young. Life has been kind to you. You will learn. This here we go our several ways. Farewell, Anthony. I shall not soon forget the good ship Bountiful, nor the young man who saved my life.
There's no cause to thank me for that, sir. It would have been a poor Christian indeed who had spotted you pitching and tossing on that raft and not given the alarm.
There's many Christians who would have done just that, and not lost a wink's sleep for it either.
Dance for a miserable woman on a miserable chilly morning. Thank you, sir, thank you. How would you like a little muff, dear, a little jig, a little bounce around the bush? Wouldn't you like to push me, parsley? It looks to me, dear, like you got plenty there to push. Handsom's for a pitiful woman who's got wandering wits. Hey, don't I know?
Must you glare at me, woman? Off with you! Off, I say!
Then how would you like to split me muff and miss still go with jig, jig?
Off with you! To the devil, I said!
Arms for a miserable woman.
Pardon me, sir, but there's no need to fear the likes of her. She's only a half-crazed beggar woman. London's full of them.
I beg your indulgence, boy. My mind is far from easy, for in these once familiar streets, I feel the chills of ghostly shadows everywhere. Forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive.
Farewell, Anthony.
Mr. Todd, before we part,
What is it?
I've honored my promise never to question you. Whatever brought you to that sorry shipwreck is your affair. Yet during the many weeks on the voyage home, I've come to see you as a friend. And if trouble lies ahead for you in London, if you need help or money...
No! There's a hole in the world like a great black pit, and the vermin of the world inhabit it, and its morals aren't worth what a pig could spit, and it goes by the name of London. At the top of the hole sit the privileged few, making mock of the vermin in the lower zoo, turning beauty into filth and greed. I too have sailed the world and seen its wonders, for the cruelty of men is as wondrous as Peru. But there's no place like London. There was a barber and his wife, and she was beautiful. A foolish barber and his wife, she was his reason and his life. And she was beautiful, and she was virtuous, and he was naive. There was another man who saw that she was beautiful, a pious vulture of the law, who with a gesture of his claw removed the barber from his plate. Then there was nothing but to wait, and she would fall, so soft, so young, so lost, and oh so beautiful.
Lady, sir, did she succumb?
Oh, that was many years ago. I doubt if anyone would know. Now leave me, Anthony, I beg of you. There's somewhere I must go, something I must find out, now and alone.
But surely we'll meet again before I'm off to Plymouth.
If you want, you may very well find me, near Fleet Street. I wouldn't wonder.
Well, until then, Mr. Todd.
There's a hole in the world like a great black pit, and it's filled with people who are filled with shit, and the vermin of the world inhabit it.
What's your hurry? You gave me such a fright, I thought you was a ghost. Half a minute, can't you sit you down, sit. All I meant is that I haven't seen a customer for weeks. Did you come here for a pie, sir? Do forgive me if my hand's a little vague. What is that? But you think we had the plague? From the way that people keep avoiding, no you don't. Heaven knows I try, sir, but there's no one comes in even to inhale. Right you are, so would you like a drop of ale? Mind you, I can't hardly blame them. These are probably the worst pies in London. I know why nobody cares to take them. I should know, I may come, but good now. The worst pies in London. Even that's polite, the worst pies in London. If you doubt it, take a bite. Is that just disgusting? You have to concede it. It's nothing but crusting. You drink this, you'll need it. The worst pies in London. And no wonder with the price of meat, what it is when you get it. Never thought I'd live to see the day. Many think it was a trick finding poor animals what are dying in the street. Mrs. Mooney has a pie shop, does her business, but I noticed something weird. Lately all her neighbors' cats have disappeared. Gotta hand it to her, what I calls enterprise, popping pussies into pies. What you do in my shop? Just the thought of it's enough to make you sick. And I'm telling you, them pussing cats is quick. No denying times is hard, sir. Even harder than the worst pies in London. Only Lord and nothing more is that just revolting. Oh, greasy and gritty. It looks like it's melting and tastes like, well, pity a woman alone with limited wind and the worst pies in London. Ah, sir, times is hard. Times is hard. Go on, dear. Spit it out. On the floor. There's worse things than that down there.
Isn't that a room up there over the shop? If times are so hard, why don't you rent it out? That should bring in something.
Oh, up there? No one will go near it. People think it's haunted. You see, years ago, something happened up there. Something not very nice. There was a barber and his wife, and he was beautiful, a proper artist with a knife, but they transported him for life, and he was beautiful. Barker, his name was Benjamin Barker.
Transported. What was his crime?
Foolishness. He had this wife, you see. Pretty little thing, silly little nit, had her chance for the world on a string. Poor thing, poor thing. There were these two, you see. Wanted her like mad, one of them a judge, one of them Miss Beadle. Every day they'd nudge and they'd wheedle. Still she wouldn't budge from her needle. Too bad, poor thing. So they nearly shipped the poor blighter all south they did, leaving her with nothing but grief, that 9-year-old kid. Did she use her head even then? Oh no, God forbid. Poor fool. Ah, but there was worse yet to come. Poor thing. Johanna, that was the baby's name. Pretty little Johanna.
Go on.
My, you do love a good story, don't you? Beadle calls on her all polite. Poor thing, poor thing. The judge, he tells her is all contrite. He blames himself for her dreadful plight. She must come straight to his house tonight. Poor thing, poor thing. Goes there, poor thing, they're having this ball all in mosques. There's no one she knows there, poor dear, poor thing. She wanders tormented and drinks, poor thing. The judge has repented, she thinks, poor thing. Oh, Where is Judge Turpin, she asks. He was there all right, only not so contrite. She wasn't no match for such craft, you see, and everyone thought it so droll. They figured she'd have to be daft, you see, so all of them stood there and laughed, you see. Poor soul, poor thing.
Would no one have mercy on her?
So it is you, Benjamin Barker.
Not Barker. Todd now. Sweeney Todd. Where is she?
So changed. My God.
Where is my wife? Where is Lucy?
She poisoned herself. Arsenic from the apothecary on the corner. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen to me.
And my daughter?
Johanna? He's got her.
He? Judge Turpin?
Even he had a conscience tucked away, I suppose. Adopted her like his own. Could say it was good luck for her, almost.
15 years sweating in a living hell on a trumped-up charge. 15 years hoping that one day I may return to a loving wife and child. Let them quake in their boots. Judge Turpin and their Beadle, and for their hour has come.
You're going to get them. You, a bleeding little nobody of a runaway convict. Don't make me laugh. You'll never get as high in mightiness, nor the Beadle neither. Not in a million years. You got any money? Listen to me, you got any money?
No money.
Then how are you going to live, Evie?
I'll live. If I have to sweat in the plague hospitals or in the sewers, I will live. And I will have them.
Oh, you poor thing, you poor thing. Wait. You see, it don't have to be the plague hospitals or the sewers. When they come for the little girl, I hid them. I thought, who knows? Maybe the poor silly blighter will be back again someday and need 'em. Cracked in the head, wasn't I? Times as hard as they are, I could have gotten 5, maybe 10 quid for 'em any day. See? You can be a barber again. My, them handles is chase silver, ain't they?
Silver, yes. These are my friends. See how they glisten. See this one shine. How he smiles in the light. My friend, my faithful friend. Speak to me, friend. Whisper, I'll listen. I know, you've been locked out of sight all these years. Like me, my friend. Well, I've come home to find you waiting. Home, and we're together, and we'll do wonders, won't we? You there, my friend.
I'm your friend.
Come, let me hold
If
you.
you only knew,
Now
Mr.
with
Todd,
a sigh,
Mr.
you
Todd,
grow
you're
warm in my hand,
hand.
my friend, my clever
Always had a long
friend.
piece for you, I did.
Rest now, my friends.
Never you
Soon
fear,
I'll
Mr. Todd.
unfold
You
you.
can move it,
Soon
yeah,
you'll
Mr.
know
Todd.
splendors you never have dreamed all your days. My lucky friend, till now your shine was merely silver.
Silver's good enough for me, Mr.
Friends, you shall drip rubies, you'll soon drip precious rubies. At last, my right arm is complete again.
Lift your razor wide, Sweeney, hear it sing again. Sing it in the rosy skin of righteousness.
His voice was soft as manna mild.
He seldom laughed, but he often smiled.
He'd seen how civilized men behave. He never forgot and he never forgave.
Not Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
And how are they today?
Hungry as always, Miss Johanna.
Reed for Janet, bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Oh, can you jubilate, sitting in cages, never taking wing? Outside the sky waits beckoning, just beyond the bars. How can you remain staring at the rain, matted by the stars? How is it you sing at evening? How is it you sing? Grief and Janet and bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Whence comes this melody constantly flowing? Is it rejoicing or merely hollowing? Or discussing or fussing or simply dreaming? Are you crowing? Are you screaming? Big dove and robinette, is it for wages, singing to be sold? Have you decided it's safer in cages, singing when you're told? My cages, many rooms, damask and dark, nothing there sings good, even my lark. Larks never will you know when they're captive. Teach me to be more adaptive. Grief and Janet, bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? If I cannot fly, let me sing.
I have sailed the world, beheld its wonders, from the pearls of Spain to the rubies of Tibet, but not even in London have I seen such a wonder. Lady, look at me, miss, oh look at me, please, oh favor me with your glance. Ah, miss, what do you see off there in those trees? Oh, won't you give me a chance? Who would sail to Spain for all its wonders, when in Kearney's Lane lies the greatest wonder yet? Ah, miss, look at you, pale and ivory-skinned. Oh, look at you, looking so sad, so queer. Promise not to retreat to the darkness back at your window. Not till you look down here. Look at me. Look at me.
Nonsense for a miserable woman.
One moment, Mother. Perhaps you know whose house this is?
That's the great Judge Turpin's house, that is.
And the young lady who resides there?
Oh, her? That's Johanna, his pretty little ward. But don't you go trespassing there, young man. Not if you value your hind. Tamper there and it's a good whipping for you, or any other youth with mischief on his mind. Hey, ho, sailor boy, want it snugly harbored. Open me gate and back your street, I see it list to
Here!
starboard.
And here! And here! Take it and off with you! Off! Which one sings the sweetest?
All's the same, sir. 6 pence and cheap at the price.
He sings bravely, but why does he batter his wings so wildly against the bars?
We blind them, sir. That's what we always does. We blind them, and not knowing night from day. They sing and sing like the beautiful creatures they are. The pleasure of the bird, sir.
I feel you, Johanna. I feel you. I was half convinced I'd waken, satisfied enough to dream you. Happily I was mistaken, Johanna. I'll steal you, Johanna. I'll steal you.
Johanna! Johanna!
Oh dear!
If I see your face on this or any other neighbor's street, you'll rue the day you were born. Is that clear enough speaking for you?
But sir, I beg of you, there's nothing in my heart but the most respectful sentiments of...
Dispose of him!
Oh dear, I knew!
You heard his worship.
But friend, I have no fight with you.
Get the gist of it, friend. Next time it'll be your neck.
Johanna, if I were to think that you encouraged that young rogue...
Oh, Father, I promise to be obedient to all your commands.
Dear child, how sweet you look at that light muslin gown.
I'll steal you, Johanna. I'll steal you. Do they think that walls can hide you? Even now I'm at your window. I am in the dark beside you, sweetly buried in your yellow hair. I feel you, Johanna, and one day I'll steal you. Till I'm with you, then I'm with you there, sweetly buried in your yellow hair.
That's him, over there.
Yes, dear, he's always here Thursdays.
Hair cutter, barber, tooth puller to His Royal Majesty, the King of Naples.
Italian, all the rage he is.
Not for long.
Oh, Mr. T, you really think you could do it?
By tomorrow, they'll be flocking after me like sheep to be shorn.
Oh no, look, the Beadle, Beadle Bamford.
So much the better.
What if he recognizes you? How do we
I
know
will
that-
do what I've set out to do, woman.
Oops, sorry now, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? Do you wake every morning in shame and despair to discover your pillow is covered with hair? Would I not to be there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, from now on you can waken at ease, and you never again have a word for your care. I will show you a miracle marvelous rare. Gentlemen, you are about to see something that rose from the dead. On the top of my yet. 'Twas Pirelli's miracle elixir, that's what did the trick, sir. True, sir, true. Was it quick, sir? Did it in a tick, sir? Just like an elixir ought to do. How about a bottle, mister? Only cost a penny, guaranteed.
He buys a bottle, I don't know.
Absolutely real, mom. Does Pirelli stimulate the growth, sir? You can have my oath, sir. 'Tis unique. Rub a minute, stimulating in it. Soon you'll have to thin it once a week. Penny buys a bottle, guaranteed.
He buys a bottle, might as well.
Go ahead and try it, what the hell?
Gently dab it, gets to be a habit. Soon there'll be enough, sir. Somebody could grab it. See that chap with hair like Shelley's? You could tell he's used Pirelli's.
Pardon me, ma'am, what's that awful stench?
Are we standing near an open trench?
Must be standing near an open trench.
Try Pirelli's miracle elixir. Anything will stick, sir. Soon sprouts curls. Try Pirelli's when they see how thick, sir. You can have your pick, sir, of the girls. Penny buys a bottle.
What is this?
What is this?
Smells like piss.
Smells like poo.
Looks like
touch it
piss.
if I was you, dear?
This is piss. Piss with think.
Let me smell that bottle. I don't want to wait, piss. What is this? Give us that
Give him like the money. Where is this Pirelli?
Pirelli's activate your roots, sir.
Keep it off your boots, sir. Eats right.
Go get Pirelli.
Yes, Pirelli's use a bottle of it. Ladies seem to love it.
Flies you too.
Hand the bloody money over. Hand the bloody money over.
See Pirelli's miracle elixir, grow a little wixer, then some fuzz. The Pirelli sooner make it fixer, like a good elixir always does. Trust Pirelli's if you're a sixer, fix it and elixir, don't look grim. Just Pirelli's miracle elixir, better than the trickster.
What about the money?
If you got a kickser,
What about the money? Where's the Pirelli? Go get Pirelli. What about the money?
the miracle elixir,
Go
we
get
got a fixer.
Pirelli.
Talk to him.
I'm a Dofa Pirelli, the king of the Baba, the kings of the John. A good day. I blow you a kiss. And I, the so famous Pirelli, I wish you to know who has the nerve to say that my elixir is piss. Who says this?
I do. I am Mr. Sweeney Todd, and I have opened a bottle of Pirelli's elixir, and I say to you that it is nothing but an arrant fraud, concocted of piss and ink.
He's right. Phew. Better to throw your money down the sewer.
And furthermore, I have serviced no kings, yet I wager that I could shave any face with 10 times more dexterity than any street mountebank. You see these razors?
Finest in England.
I put them up to 5 pounds, and you are no match for me. Either accept my challenge or reveal yourself a sham.
Bravo, bravo.
These are indeed fine lasers. Instruments like these are once not soon forgotten. You wager these against a £5, sir?
I do.
You hear this foolish man? See how he regret his folly. £5 it is, sir.
Friends, neighbors, who's for a free shave? Over here.
Boy, bring me the basins. Bring me the towels. Quick!
Will Beadle Bamford be the judge?
Glad as always to oblige my friends and neighbors. Ready?
Ready.
Ready.
The fastest, smoothest shave is the winner.
Now, signorini, signori, we mix the leather, but first we gather round, signorini, signori. We look a man with a glory to shiver the pool. Mr. Sweeney, whoever I beg your pardon, will probably say it was only a cardinal. No! It wasn't the Pope. To shave the face, to pull out the tooth, require the grace, and not the brute. For if you slip, you nigger the skin, you clip the chin, you ripple a lip a bit, and that's the truth. To shave the face, or even a part, without it a smart, require the heart. It digger the art. I show you a chart. I study a starting in my youth. To cut the hair, to trim the beard, to make it a breeze so clean like a weasel. This from early infancy a talent give to me. By God, it take the skill, it take the brains, it take the will, it take the pains, it take the pace, it take the
The winner is Todd.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Sir, I bow to you a skill more deft than my own.
The £5, sir.
Oh, yes, almost forgot. And may the good Lord smile upon you until we meet again. Signora, signora, buongiorno, buongiorno a tutti.
Who'd have thought it, dear? We pulled it off.
Well, sir, Mr. Todd, do you have an establishment of your own?
He certainly does. Sweeney Todd's tonsorial parlor above my meat pie shop on Fleet Street.
Mr. Todd, strange as it is, sir, but it seems as if your face is known to me.
Him? That's a laugh. Him being my uncle's cousin and arrived from Birmingham yesterday.
And yet, I've heard the name Beadle Bamford spoken of with great respect.
Well, sir, I try my best for my neighbours.
Fleet Street, over your pie shop, ma'am.
That's it, sir.
Then, Mr. Todd, you will surely see me there before the week is out.
And I guarantee to give you, Beadle Bamford, without a penny's charge, the smoothest shave you will ever know.
Barbing the hook, baiting the trap, setting it out for the beetle to snap. Slyly corded and Sweeney did set a sort of a Sweeney, delaying the trail, showing the traces, letting it lead to higher places. Sweeney pondered, Sweeney blend like a perfect machine. Slyly corded and Sweeney did laying the trail, showing the traces.
How many times have I told you I won't have trash from the gutter hanging around my establishment?
Not just a penny, dear, or a pie. One of them pies that gives us stomach cramps to half the neighborhood.
Off with you, or you'll get a kick in the rump that'll make your teeth chatter.
Stuck up thing, you and your fancy airs.
It's not much of a chair, but it'll do until you get your fancy new one. It was me poor Albert's chair it was. Sat in it all day long he did after his leg gave out from the dropsy. Kind of bare, isn't it? I never did like a bare room. Oh well, we'll get some nice little knickknacks.
Why doesn't the Beadle come? Before the week is out. That's what he said.
And who's to say the week is out? It's only Tuesday. Easy now, hush, love, hush. Don't distress yourself, what's your rush? Keep your thoughts nice and lush. Wait. Hush, love, hush, think it through. Once it bubbles, then what's ya do? Watch it close, let it through. Wait, I've been thinking flowers, maybe daisies, to brighten up the room. Don't you think some flowers, pretty daisies, might relieve the gloom? I'll wait, love, wait.
And the judge, when will I get him?
The bloody old judge, always harping on your wrongs. What happened, heaven knows how many years ago. Slow, love, slow, time's too fast. Now goes quickly, see now it's past. Soon will come, soon will last. Wait. Don't you know, silly man, half the fun is to plan the plan. All good things come to those who can wait. Gilly flowers maybe, instead of daisies. I don't know though, what do you think? Gilly flowers, I'd say. Nothing like a nice bowl of gillies.
Yes.
Mr. Todd, I've paced Fleet Street dozens of times with no success. And now the sign? In business already.
Yes.
I congratulate you. And
Mrs. Lovett, sir.
a pleasure, ma'am. Oh, Mr. Todd, I have so much to tell you. I found the fairest, most loving maid any man could ever dream of, and yet there are problems. She has a guardian so tyrannical, she's kept shut up from the human eye. But this morning, this key fell from her shuttered window. The surest sign of Johanna's love for me, and...
Johanna?
That's her name, ma'am. And Turpin, that of the abominable parent. A judge, it seems. But as I said, a monstrous tyrant. Oh, Mr. Todd, when the judge goes to court, I'll slip into the house and plead with her to fly with me tonight. Yet when I have her, where can I keep her while I hire a coach to speed us home to Plymouth? Oh, Mr. Todd, if I could just lodge her here for an hour or two.
Bring her, dear.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. I have your consent, Mr. Todd?
The girl may come.
I shall be grateful for this to the grave. Now I must go, for surely the judge is off to the Old Bailey. My thanks. Many blessings on you both.
Johanna, who'd have thought it? It's like fate. You'll have her before the day is out.
For a few hours? Before he carries her off to the other end of England?
Oh, that's Sarah. Let him bring her here, and since you're so hot for a little... That's the throat to slit, dear. Oh, Mr. T, we'll make such a lovely home for her here, you and me. Poor thing, all these years and not a scrap of motherly affection. I'll soon change that, I will, for if ever there was a maternal heart, it's mine.
Buongiorno, Mr. Todd. And to you, bellissima signorina.
How do you do, Signor, I'm sure.
A little business with Mr. Todd. Do you give us the permission?
I'll just pop on down to me place. Oh, look at it now. Doesn't look like it's had a kind word since 1:30, never. What do you say, son, to a nice juicy meat pie? Your teeth is strong, I hope.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Then come with me, love.
Mr. Todd.
Signor Pirelli?
No, call me Danny. Daniel Higgins. That's the name, it's not professional. Not much, but I bet you tidy up a little bit. I want me 5 quid back, if you don't mind.
Why?
That's my boy. Tuck in.
It'll hold me over till your customers start coming in. Then, it's half your profits every week on a Friday. Share and share alike. Or is there going to be a problem, Mr. Benjamin Barker?
Why do you call me that?
Well, at least you got a nice head of hair on you.
Well, ma'am, to tell you the truth, ma'am, it's awful lot.
I bet you don't remember me. And why should ye? I sit down and out, Schwad, you hide for a couple weeks to sweep hay and such. But I remember these. And you, Mr. Benjamin Barker, set the Botany Bay for life. So, do we have ourselves a deal? Or do we have to run down the street to get me old friend, Beadle Bamford? You think you smart? You foolish boy. Tomorrow you start under my employ. You understand? You like my
Oh God, he's got an appointment with his tailor. If he's late, it's all my fault. You don't know him.
I wouldn't want to, I'm sure, dear.
Oh, me wig. Senor, it's late. The tailor, sir. Oh, he ain't here.
Senor Pirelli has been called away.
Where did he go?
Didn't say. Better go chase after him.
Oh no, without orders to the contrary? I'd best wait for him here.
So, Mrs. Lovett gave you a meat pie, huh?
Yes, she's a real kind lady. One whole pie.
One whole pie. And yet, if I know a growing boy, I know there's room for more. Why don't you go wait for your master downstairs? I'm sure there'll be another meat pie in it for you, of course. And, tell Mrs. Lovett to give you a big tot of gin.
A tot of gin, sir? Thanking you, sir. Thanking you kindly. Ma'am, the gentleman says to give me one nice tot of gin, ma'am.
Gin, dear. Why not?
His hands were quick, his fingers strong. It stung a little, but not for long.
And those who thought him a simple clod were sooner considering under the sod.
Consigned there with a friendly prod from Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. See your razor gleam, Sweeney, feel how well it fits, as it floats across the throats of hypocrites.
This is your 4th time, ma'am, being brought before this bench. And though it is my earnest wish to ever temper justice with mercy, your persistent dedication to a life of crime is such an abomination before God and man that I see no alternative but to sentence you to hang him by the neck until you are dead. Court adjourned.
Come on, move it faster!
It is perhaps remiss of me to close the court so early, but the stench of those miserable wretches at the bar was so offensive to my nostrils, I feared my eagerness for fresher air might well impair the soundness of my judgment.
Well, sir, the adjournment is fortunate for me, for it is today we celebrate my sweet little Annie's birthday, and to have her daddy back so very soon to hug and kiss her will be the crowning joy on such a happy day.
It is a happy moment for me too. Walk home with me, for I have news for you. In order to shield her from the evils of this world, I plan to marry Johanna next Monday.
Oh, sir, happy news indeed!
Strange. When I offered myself to her, she showed a certain reluctance. Natural enough in a young girl. Perhaps now that she's had time for reflection, she'll have a more sensible frame of mind.
He means to marry me Monday. What shall I do? I'd rather
I
die.
have a plan.
I'll swallow poison on Sunday. That's what I'll do. I'll get some
I have
light.
a plan.
What was that a noise?
A plan.
I think I heard a noise.
A plan.
It couldn't be. He's in court. He's in court today. Still, it was a noise. Wasn't that a noise? You must have heard that.
Kiss me.
Oh, sir.
Miss.
Oh, sir. If he should marry me Monday, what shall I do? I'll die
We
of
fly
freeze.
to.
Tis Friday, virtually Sunday. What can we do with time so
We
free?
fly tonight.
Behind the curtain, quick!
Tonight.
I think I heard a click.
Tonight.
It was the gate. It's a gate.
It's
We
not a
don't
gate.
have
There's no
so
gate.
there was
You don't
a
have a
wait. There's
gate if you
another
don't
click.
listen.
must have heard
Kiss me.
that. Tonight.
Kiss me.
To me tonight.
The plan is made,
Oh,
so
sir.
kiss me.
I feel the fright.
Be not afraid tonight. I'll steal you. Johanna, I'll steal Monday, that's what you'll do.
Gladly,
Saint done
sir.
since noon.
I knew I'd be with you one day, even not knowing who you were.
Miss, marry me,
you
marry
never
me,
come,
so marry
then you
me
been called
Monday,
away,
baby,
then you were
baby,
killed,
put
had
your
the plague,
hand.
were dead,
Miss,
sealed, trampled by a
marry
horse,
me,
got
so
a
marry
snake, and
me
a
Monday.
Monday. Kiss me.
Of course.
Kiss me.
You're sure?
Kiss me.
I shall.
Kiss me. Oh, sir.
Yes, but surely my position as her guardian should be sufficient to kindle a more tender emotion.
Excuse me, my lord, may I request, my lord, permission, my lord, to speak? Forgive me if I suggest, my lord, you're looking less than your best, my lord. There's powder upon your vest, my lord, and stubble upon your cheek. And ladies, my lord, are weak.
Perhaps if she greets me cordially upon my return, I shall give her a small gift.
Ladies in their sensitivities, my lord, have a fragile sensibility. When a girl's emergent, probably it's urgent, you defy to her gentility, my lord. Personal disorder cannot be ignored, given their genteel proclivities. Meaning no offense, it happens they resent it. Ladies in their sensitivities, my lord.
Stubble, you say? Perhaps I am a little over hasty with my morning ablutions.
Fret not though, my lord, I know a place, my lord, a barber, my lord, of skill. First armed with the shaven face, my lord, some eau de cologne to brace, my lord, and must to enhance the chase, my lord. He'll dazzle the girl until she bows to your every will. Well, here we are, sir. I bid you good day.
Good day. And where is this miraculous barber?
In Fleet Street, sir.
Very well. Take me to him.
The name is Toby.
We'd best not wait until Monday. It isn't right, we'd best be married on Sunday.
Saturday, sir, would also
Or
do.
else tonight.
I think I heard a noise.
Fear not.
I mean another noise.
Like what?
Oh, never mind, just a noise.
You
Just
mustn't
another
mind
noise.
if the noise,
Something in
just
the
another
street.
noise,
I'm a silly
something in the
little
street.
lady.
Silly,
No,
kiss me.
Oh, sir.
We'll go to Paris on Monday.
What shall I wear? I dare.
We'll ride a train.
With you beside me on Sunday. What will I care what things
Then
I
sail
like?
to Spain.
I need my
What's
reticule.
your
I need my
reticule? We'll buy a
reticule. You mustn't think
I never
me a
think
fool,
you
but
a
my
fool,
reticule
but the
never leave
reticule,
my
leave
side.
it on the
Only
side.
give me
If
my
you're gonna
reticule.
kiss me,
The name is
kiss me. I know a place where we can go tonight and kiss me. We have a place where we can go tonight and love you. Even as I saw you, even as it did not matter that I did not know you. Anthony!
Todd?
Todd.
Anthony!
Todd,
I'll
Marry Anthony Sunday, that's what you'll do no matter
Afraid
what.
lead the way.
I knew
I'd comfort you one day, only afraid that you
Just
forgot.
as I said.
Marry
I
me,
mean,
marry
never
me,
come.
so marry
Then you
me,
were called
Monday,
away. Then you were
baby,
killed. Had the plague. Were dead.
Promise,
Sailed to my
marry
horse.
me,
Got
so
sick
marry
and
me,
a
promise. 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 Promise.
Shouldn't you run along, dear?
Oh, no, ma'am. I daren't budge. So he calls for me.
I'll pop up and see what Mr. Todd says. Me knees is not one thing once was, dear. How long before the Italian gets back?
He won't be coming back.
Now, Mr. T, you did it. You're crazy mad killing a man what done you no harm. And with the lad downstairs?
I had to. He recognized me from the old days. Blackmailed me into half of my earnings.
Oh, well, that's a different matter. What a relief, dear. For a moment I thought you lost your marbles. Whew! All that blood? Enough to make you come all over goose flesh, ain't it? Poor bugger. Oh well. £3. Well, waste not, want not, desire, we say. Now, dear, we've got to use the old noggin.
Well, here we are, sir. Above the pie shop, sir.
Very well. You may leave me now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, first says the lad. Let me see. He's half seas over already with the gin.
Send him up here.
Him too. Now, surely one's enough for today. Don't want to indulge yourself now.
Providence is kind.
Who is it?
The judge!
Him? It can't be, it can't.
Quick, leave me!
What's he going to do?
Leave me, woman!
Don't worry, dear. I'm out. Excuse me, your lordship.
Mr. Todd?
At your service, sir. An honor to receive your patronage.
Now it seems that your governor's gone and left you high and dry. But don't worry. Your Aunt Nellie will think of what to do with you. Come on into my lovely back parlor.
These premises are hardly prepossessing, and yet the Beadle tells me you're the most accomplished of all the barbers in the city.
That is indeed gracious of him, sir. But please excuse me for the modesty of my establishment. There's only a couple of days that I've set up quarters here, and well, some necessaries are yet to come in. Sit, sir, sit. And what may I do today for you, sir? A stylish trimming of the hair? A soothing skin massage?
You see, sir, a man infatuate with love, her ardent and eager slave. So fetch the pomade and pumice stone, and lend me a more seductive tone. A sprinkling, perhaps, of French cologne. But first, sir, I think a shave.
The closest I ever gave.
In a merry mood today, Mr. Todd?
'Tis your delights are catching fire from one man to the next.
'Tis true, sir, love can still inspire the blood to pound the heart leap higher. What more can man require than love, sir?
More than love, sir.
What, sir?
Women.
Ah, yes, women.
Pretty women. Now then, my friend, now to your purpose. Patience, enjoy it. Revenge can't be taken in
Make haste, and if we wed, you'll be commended, sir.
My lord. And who may it be said is your intended, sir?
My ward. And pretty as a rosebud.
As pretty as her mother?
What? What was that?
Oh, nothing, sir, nothing. May we proceed? fascinating, sipping coffee, dancing pretty women are a wonder. Pretty women sitting in the window, standing on the stair. Something in them cheers the air. Pretty women, silhouetted, stay within you. Glancing, stay forever, breathing lightly. Pretty women, blowing out their candles, or combing out their hair. They leave, even when they leave you and vanish, they somehow can still are there. There are pretty women at the mirrors,
In their gardens,
letter writing,
flower picking,
weather watching, how they make a man sing. Roof of heaven as you're living. Pretty women, sir, pretty women. Here's to pretty women, all the pretty women.
Johanna marries me Sunday. Everything said we leave tonight. We will be in Paris by Sunday, out of that heartless tyrant sight.
You!
Judge Turpin.
There is a higher power to warn me thus in time. Johanna, elope with you. I shall lock her away in some obscure retreat, so now that you or any other corrupting youth shall lay eyes on her again.
But, sir, I beg of
And
you.
as for you, barber, I see all too well what company you keep. Service them well and hold their custom, for you would have none of mine.
Mr. Todd?
Out. Out, I say out!
All this running and shouting? What is it now, dear?
I had him, and then
The sailor busted in. I saw them running down the street and I thought, the fat's in the fire.
I had him. His throat was bare beneath my hand.
There, dear, don't fret.
No, I had him. His throat was there, and he'll never come again.
Easy now, hush, love, hush. I keep telling you.
When?
What's your rush?
Why did I wait? You told me to wait. Now he'll never come again. There's a hole in the world like a great black pit, and it's filled with people who are filled with shit, and the vermin of the world inhabit it. But not for long. They all deserve to die. Tell you why, Mrs. Lovett, tell you why. Because in all of the whole human race, Mrs. Lovett, there are two kinds of men and only two. There's one staying put in his proper place, and the one with his foot in the other one's face. Look at me, Mrs. Lovett, look at you. No, we all deserve to die. Even you, Mrs. Lovett, even I. Because the lives of the wicked should be made brief, for the rest of us death will be a relief. We all deserve to die. And I'll never see Johanna. No, I'll never hug my girl to be finished. All right, you, sir, how about a shave? Come and visit your good friend, Sweeney. You, sir, too, sir, welcome to the grave. I will have vengeance. I will have salvation. Who, sir? You, sir? No one's in the chair. Come on, come on! Sweeney's waiting. I want you bleeders. You, sir? Anybody? Gentlemen, now don't be shy. Not one man, no, nor 10 men, nor 100 can assuage me. I will have you. And I will get him back, even as he gloats. In the meantime, I'll practice on this honorable throat. And my Lucy lies in ashes, and I'll never see my girl again. But the work waits. I'm alive at last, and I'm full of joy.
That's all very well, but all that matters now is him. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Do you hear me? Get a hold of yourself. What are we going to do about him? And there's a lad downstairs. We should go look and be sure he's still there. When I left him in the parlor, he was fast asleep. Come on. No trouble there. He's still sleeping. He's as simple as a baby lamb. Later I can fob him off with some story easy, but him. What are we going to do about him?
Later on, when it's dark, we'll take him somewhere hidden and bury him.
Well, I suppose we could do that. Don't suppose there's any relatives going to come poking around looking for him. But you know me. Bright ideas just pop into my head and I keep thinking, seems a downright shame.
Shame?
Seems an awful waste. Such a nice plump frame, what his name has, nor it can't be traced. Business needs a lift, debts to be erased. Think of it as thrift, as a gift, if you get my drift. No? Seems an awful waste. I mean, with the price of meat, what it is, when you get it, if you get it.
Ah.
Good you got it. Take for instance Mrs. Mooney and her pie shop. Business never better, using only pussycats and toast. Now a pussy's good for maybe 6 or 7 at the most. And I'm sure they can't compare as far as taste.
Mrs. Lovett, what a charming notion, eminently practical and yet appropriate as always. Mrs. Lovett, how I did without you all these years, I'll never know. How delectable, also undetectable, how choice, how rare. Oh, what's the sound of the world out there?
What, Mr. Todd, what is that sound?
Those crunching noises pervading the air.
Yes, Mr. Todd, yes, all around.
It's man devouring man, my dear. And who are we to deny it in here? These are desperate times, Mrs. Lovett, and desperate measures are called for.
Here we are. Hot from the oven.
What is that?
It's priest. Have a little priest.
Is it really good?
So it's too good, at least. Then again, they don't commit sins of the flesh, so it's pretty fresh.
Awful lot of fat.
Only where it's at.
Haven't you got poet or something like that?
Now you see the trouble with poet is, how do you know it's deceased? Try the priest.
Heavenly! Not as hearty as bishop, perhaps, but not as bland as curate either.
And good for business. Always leaves you wanting more. Trouble is, we only get it in Sundays. Lawyer's rather nice.
If it's for a price.
Order something else though to follow, since no one should swallow it twice.
Anything that's lean.
No, but if you're British and loyal, you might enjoy royal marine. Anyway, it's clean, though of course it tastes of wherever it's been.
Is that squire on the fire?
Mercy, look closer, you'll notice it's grosser.
Looks thicker, more like vicar.
No, it has to be grosser. It's green.
The history of the world, my love,
Save a lot of graves, do a lot of relatives' favors.
is those below serving those up above.
Everybody shaves, so there's to be plenty of flavors.
How gratifying for once to know that those above will serve those down below.
Now let me see, we've got Tinker,
Something pinker,
Tailor,
something paler,
Butler,
something subtler,
Potter,
something hotter.
Locksmith. Lovely bit of clock.
Maybe for a lark.
Then again, there's sweep if you want it cheap and you like it dark. Try the financier, peak of his career.
That looks pretty rank.
Well, he drank, now it's bank cashier. Never really sold. Maybe it was old.
Have you any Beadle?
Next week, so I'm told. Beadle isn't bad till you sell it and notice how well it's been greased. Stick to priest. Now, this one may be a bit stringy, but then of course, it is fiddle player.
This isn't fiddle player, it's piccolo player.
How can you tell?
It's piping hot.
Then blow on it first.
The history of the world, my sweet,
Mr. Todd, what does it tell?
is who gets eaten and who gets to eat.
And Mr. Todd, who gets to sell?
But fortunately, it's also clear that everybody goes down well with beer.
Since Marine doesn't appeal to you, how about Rear Admiral?
Too salty. I prefer general.
With or without his privates? With his extra.
What is that?
It's fob. Finest in the shop. And we've got some shepherd's pie peppered with actual shepherd on top. And I've just begun. Here's a politician so oily, it's out with a doily, not one.
Put it on a bun. Why, you never know if it's going to run.
Try the fryer, fry the dryer.
No, the clergy is really too coarse and too mealy.
Then actor, that's compactor.
Yes, and always arrives overdone. How come again when you have judge on the menu?
Wait, true. We don't have judge yet, but would you settle for the next best thing?
What's that?
Executioner.
Have charity towards the world, my pet.
Yes, I know, my love.
We'll take the customers that we can get.
Highborn and low, my love.
We'll not discriminate great from small. No, we'll serve anyone, meaning anyone, and to anyone at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Are your nostrils a quiver and tingling as well with the delicate, luscious, and brostio smell? Yes, they are, I can tell. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that aroma enriching the breeze is like nothing compared to a succulent source as the gourmets among you will tell you, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't imagine the rapture soar just inside of this door. There your sample, Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, savory and sweet pies, as you'll see. You who eat pies, Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, conjure up the treat pies used to be.
Over here, boy, how about some ale?
Tell me all the flavors, some may are. Could we have some service over here, boy? God, that's good. That was for a meat pie.
Coming, excuse me.
Ale there,
Right, Mom.
quick now.
God, that's good.
Nice to see you, dearie. How have you been keeping? Call me Bones is weary. Toby, one for the gentleman here. The birdie's cheeping. Helps to keep it cheery. Toby, throw the old woman out.
God, that's good.
What's your pleasure, dearie? No, we don't cut slices. Call me eyes is bleary. Toby, run for the gentleman. I can up me prices. I'm a little leery. Business couldn't be better though.
God, that's good.
Knock on wood. Excuse me. Dear, see to the customer. Yes, what, love, quick, though the trade is brisk.
But it's 6 o'clock.
So it's 6 o'clock.
It was due to arrive at 5:45, and it's 6
probably
o'clock.
already turned the bucket to be here.
I've been waiting all day,
But
but it should have been here by now.
Not boys.
You'll come back when it comes.
The customers truly are getting unruly. And what's your pleasure, dearie? Oops, I beg your pardon. Just me hands is smeary. Toby, none for the gentleman. Don't you love a garden? Always makes me cheery. Must be one of them foreigners.
God, that's good. That is delicious.
What's my secret? Frankly, dear, forgive my candor. Family secret, all to do with herbs. Things like being careful with your coriander. That's what makes the gravy grander.
More hot pies. More hot. More pies.
Excuse me, dear, see to the customers. What now, love, quick, though the trade is brisk.
But it's here,
Swear.
coming up the
I'll
stair.
get rid of this lot, it's still pretty hot.
It's about to be opened, or don't you care? But we have to prepare.
Never gets old if I let him get cold. And incidentally, dearie, you know Mrs. Mooney, sales have been so dreary. Toby, poor thing is penniless. What about that loony? Looking sort of weary. Oh well, gotta come up and send that'll be thruppence.
God, that's good. That is tea. Have you delicious ever tasted? Smells such. Oh my God, what more? That's pie's good.
Is that a chair fit for a king? A wondrous, neat and most particular chair. You tell me where is the seat can have compete with this particular thing. I have a few minor adjustments to make. They'll take a moment. I'll call you. I have another friend.
Is that a pie fit for a king? A wondrous, sweet and most delectable thing. You see, ma'am, why there's no meat pie can compete with this delectable pie. The crust all velvety and wavy, that glaze, those crimps,
That glaze,
and then those
And now
crimps,
to
but
turn
then
this vessel barber chair. It's time. It's time.
Excuse me, dear, see to the customers. Yes, what, love?
Now,
Me heart's a flutter.
when I pound the floor,
When you pound the floor.
it's a signal to show
Yes,
that
you
I'm
told
ready
me
to
I know
go.
you'll
When
be
I
ready
pound
to
the
go.
floor,
When you pound the floor, will you trust me?
I just want to be sure.
I'll be waiting, my love,
When
for
I'm
the
certain
whistle
that
to blow.
you're in place, I'll pound 3 times. 3 times. And then you. 3 times. If you. Exactly.
More hot pies. More hot.
Right.
More pies.
Wait.
More hot pies. More hot. More pies. More hot pies.
and tomorrow hold it.
More hot pies.
Less my eyes. Fresh supplies. How about you, dearie? Beer in a sweet thing. Just a sweeter Toby. God wants his over a sit and have an England. Wants his eerie Toby. Throw the old woman out.
That's good and tasty. Have you licious ever tasted? Smells such. Oh my God, what perfect more than Hazard's favorite bud. That's good.
I feel you, Johanna. I feel you. Do they think that walls can hide you? Even now I'm at your window. I am in the dark beside you. Very sweetly in your yellow hair, Johanna.
Johanna. And are you beautiful and pale with yellow hair like her? I'd want you beautiful and pale the way I dreamed you were, Johanna. And if you're beautiful, what then, with yellow hair like wheat? I think we shall not meet again, my little dove, my sweet Johanna. Goodbye, Johanna. You're gone and yet you're mine. I'm fine, Johanna. I'm fine.
Smoke, smoke, sign the devil, city on fire. Witch, smell it, serve an evil smell. Every night the fester smell, smoke that comes from the mouth of hell. City on fire, city on fire. Mischief, mischief, mischief.
And if I never hear your voice, my turtle dove, my dear, I still have reason to rejoice. The way ahead is clear, And in that darkness when I'm blind with what I can't forget, it's always morning in my mind, my little lamb, my pet, Johanna. You stay, Johanna, the way I dreamed you are. Oh look, Johanna, a star, a shooting star.
There, somebody look up there. Didn't I tell you to smell that air? City on fire. Quick, miss, run and tell. Warn them of the witch's spell. There it is, the unholy smell. Tells the bitter police as well. Tell them, help, lead city on fire. City on fire. Mischief. Fiend absent.
And though I'll think of you, I guess, until the day I die, I think I miss you less and less as every day goes by. Johanna! And you'd be beautiful and pale and look too much like her. If only angels could prevail, we'd be the way we were. Johanna! Wake up, Johanna! Another bright red day. We learn, Johanna, to say
Johanna! Oh, ma'am, please tell me what house this is.
That's Mr. Fogg's private asylum for the mentally deranged.
A madhouse?
I'd get out of here if I were you.
Johanna! Johanna, open! Open the door!
Now, friend, what is all this hollering and shouting?
Oh, sir, there's been a monstrous perversion of justice. A young lady as sane as you or I has been incarcerated there.
Is that a fact? Now, what is this young person's name?
Johanna!
Johanna. That wouldn't by any chance be Judge Turpin's ward.
He's the one. He's the devil incarnate who did this to her.
You watch your mouth. That girl's as crazy as the 7 seas. I brought her here myself, so... hop it.
You have no right to order me about.
No right, eh? Either you hop it, or I'll book you for disturbance of the peace, assailing an officer.
Is there no justice in the city? Are the officers of the law as vicious and corrupt as their masters? Johanna! Johanna!
After him! Get him! Bash him on the head if need be! That's the sort of scallywag that gets this neighborhood into disrepute!
Who alas loves a lad, who alas has a lass in Canterbury. 'Tis a row-dow, diddle-dow-day, 'tis a row-dow, diddle-dow-dee. Nothing like a nice sit-down, is there, dear, after a hard day's work? 4 and 3pence, 4 and 11 pence. Now that makes £7, 9 shillings and 4 pence this week. Not bad. And that don't include what I had to pay out for my nice cheery wallpaper. And a real bargain it was, dear. It only being partly singed when the chapel burnt down. Mr. T, are you listening to me?
Of course.
Then what did I say, eh?
There must be a way to the judge.
The bloody old judge. Always harping on the bloody old judge. We've got a nice, respectable business now. Money coming in regular, and since we're careful to pick and choose, strangers and such like what won't be missed, who's going to catch on? Ooh, Mr. Todd, I can tell you, I could eat you up, I really could. You know what I'd like to do, Mr. Todd, what I dream. If the business stays as good, where I'd really like to go in a year or so. Don't you want to know?
Yes.
Do you really want to know?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I've always had a dream. Ever since I was a skinny little slip of a thing, and my rich Aunt Nettie used to take me down to the seaside. August bank holiday, the pier, making little castles in the sand. I can still feel my toes wiggling in the briny. By the sea, Mr. Todd, that's a life I carve it. By the sea, Mr. Todd, who I knew you'd love it. You and me, Mr. T, we could be alone in a house what we'd almost own. Yes, by the sea.
Anything you say.
Wouldn't that be smashing? With the sea at our gate, we'll have kippered herring. What have swum to us straight from the Straits of Bering. Every night in the kip, when we're through our kippers, I'll be there slipping off your slippers. By the sea,
Anything you say.
with the fishies splashing. By the sea, wouldn't that be smashing? Down by the sea.
Anything you say. Anything you say.
I could see us waking, the breakers breaking, the seagulls squawking. Ooh, I'll do me baking, then I'll go walking with you. I warm me pounds on the esplanade, have tea and scones with me gay young blade. Then I'll knit a sweater while you write a letter, unless we've got better to do.
Anything you say.
Think how snug it'll be underneath our flannel when it's just you and me and the English Channel in a cozy retreat, kept all neat and tidy. We'll have chums over every Friday by the sea. Don't you love the weather? By the sea, we'll grow old together down by the seaside, woo-hoo, by the beautiful sea. Oh, I could see us now in our bathing dresses. You in a rich navy and me? Stripes, perhaps? It'll be so quiet that who'd come by it except a seagull? Ooh, we shouldn't try it, though till it's legal for two. But the seaside wedding will be devised, me rumple bedding legitimized. Me eyelids will flutter, I'll turn into butter the moment I mutter I do. With the sea and our nest, we can share our kippers with the odd paying guest from the weekend trippers in a nice sunny suite for the guest who rested. Now and then you can do the guest in by the sea. Very nice and proper by the sea. Bring along your chopper to the seaside, woo-hoo, by the beautiful sea. Go on, dear, give us a kiss. That was lovely. Now, Mr. T, you do love me just a little bit, don't you?
Of course.
Then how about it? Of course, there'd have to be a little visit down to St. Swithin's to legalize things, but that wouldn't be too painful, would it?
I'll make them pay for what they have done to Lucy.
Now, dear, it's high time you forgot all these morbid fancies. Your Lucy's gone, poor thing. It's your Nellie now. Yeah. Have a nice bonbon. You know, it's 17 years this Whitsun since me poor Albert passed away. I don't see why I shouldn't be married in white, do you?
Mr. Todd! Mr. Todd!
Anthony!
I found her!
You found Johanna!
That monster of a judge has had her locked away in a madhouse!
Where? Where?
Where no one can reach her. At Mr. Fogg's asylum. Oh, Mr. Todd, she's in there with those screeching, gibbering maniacs!
A madhouse. A madhouse! Johanna is as good as rescued!
She is?
Yes! Where do you think that all the good wig makers in London go to get their real human hair?
Who knows, dear, the Borg? Wouldn't be surprised.
Bedlam. They get their hair from the lunatics at Bedlam.
Then you think...
Mr. Fogg's asylum? Why not? For the right price, he'll sell us the hair off any madam's head.
And the scalp to go with it if requested. Excuse me, gentlemen, I'm out.
We will write a letter to Mr. Fogg offering the highest price for the hair the exact shade of Johanna's, which I trust you know.
Yellow.
Not exact enough. We must make you into a credible wig maker, and quickly.
Sweeney waited too long before but never again he swore fortune arrived.
Sweeney it sang. Sweeney was ready and Sweeney sprang. Sweeney's problems went up in smoke, the result of a single stroke. Sweeney was sharp, Sweeney was burning. Sweeney began the engines turning. Sweeney, 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 Sweeney.
Here's the money. And here's the gun. For kill. Kill if you must.
I'll kill a dozen jailers if need be to set her free.
Then off with you. But Anthony, when you have rescued her, bring her here. That will give you enough time to buy a chase to Plymouth.
We will be with you before the evening's out. Mr. Todd, thank you, friend.
Most Honorable Judge Turpin.
Honorable.
I venture thus to write you this urgent note to warn you that the hot-blooded young sailor has abducted your ward, Johanna. From the institution where you so wisely confined her. But hoping to earn your favor, I have persuaded the boy to lodge her here tonight at my tonsorial parlor in Fleet Street. If you want her again in your arms, hurry after the night falls. She will be waiting. Your obedient, humble servant, Sweeney Todd. Give this to Judge Turpin, Sergeant.
Put the sold out sign up, ma'am.
That's my boy. Look, dear, a lovely muffler. And guess who it's for?
Cool, ma'am. For me?
Wouldn't you like to know?
You know, when I think of how life was with Senor Pirelli, it seems like the good Lord sent you for me.
It's just me warm heart, dear. Room enough for all God's creatures.
You know, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. Like, if there was anything bad that was after you, like a monster or an ogre or anything, how I'd rip it up with my bare fist, I would.
What a sweet child it is.
Or even just a man.
A man, dear.
A man. What was bad and what might be luring you all unbeknownst into his evil deeds, like...
What is this? What are you talking about?
No one's gonna harm you, not while I'm around.
Of course not, dear, and why should it?
No one's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm around.
What do you mean, a man?
Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays.
And so they are, dear.
I'll send them howling, I don't care, I got ways.
Well, of course you do. What a sweet, affectionate child it is.
No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare.
I know what Toby deserves.
Others can desert you, not to every whistle I'll be there.
Here, have a nice bonbon.
Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you, not while I'm around.
What is this foolishness? What are you talking about?
Little things, what I've been thinking and wondering about. Oh, it's him, you see, Mr. Todd. I know you fancy him, but men ain't like women. They ain't ones you can trust, as I've lived and learned. Not to worry, I may not be smart, but I ain't dumb. I can do it, put me to it, show me something I can overcome. Not to worry, Mom. Being close and being clever ain't like being true. I don't need to, I will never hide a thing from you, like some.
Now, dear, haven't we had enough of this foolish chatter? Let's just sit nice and quiet for a bit. Yeah.
That's in your Pirelli's purse.
What? What was that, dear?
That proves it, what I've been thinking. That's his purse.
Silly boy, it's just a silly little something Mr. T gave me for my birthday.
Mr. Todd gave it to you? And how did he get it? How did he get it?
He bought it, dear, at the pawn shop, dear. Come on. Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, Toby, not while I'm around.
It was in Mr. Todd's parlor that the governor disappeared.
Boys and their fancies. What will we think of next? Here, dear, sit nice and quiet and look at your lovely new muffler. How warm it's coming to keep you when the day's drawing. And it's so becoming on you.
Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you, not while I'm around.
You know, dear, it's the strangest thing you coming to chat with me now of all moments, because as I was sitting here with my needles, I thought, what a good boy Toby is, so hardworking, so obedient. And I thought, you know how you've always fancied coming into the bakehouse with me to bake the pies?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Indeed, ma'am, yes.
Then how about it?
You mean it? I can help make them and bake them?
No time like the present. Fellas and the whips come up, love. God knows what's down there, so moldy and dark. And there's always a few rats gone home to Jesus. Now the bake oven's here.
They're big enough, ain't they?
Hardly big enough to fit all the pies we sell. 10 dozen at a time. And you must always be sure to close the doors properly, like this. Now here's the grinder. You pop in the meat here, grind it up, and it comes out here. And you want to know the secret what makes the pies so juicy and tender? 3 times. You must put the meat through the grinder 3 times. That's it, smoothly, smoothly. And just as a new batch of meat comes in, we'll put you right to work.
Me? Making pies? All on my own? Whew. Wait, where are you going, ma'am?
Back in a moment, dear.
Mrs. Lovett, Mrs. Lovett!
Mr. Todd, Mr. Todd!
Sweet Polly Plunkett lay in the grass, turn her eyes heavenward sighing. I am a lass who alas loves a lad who alas has a lass in Canterbury. To Sir Rodow, tittle dow day, to Sir Rodow, tittle dow day.
Well, Beadle Bamford, didn't know you were a music lover too.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Lovett. Fine instruments you've acquired.
It's me pride and joy.
Well, ma'am, I hope you have a few moments, for I am here today to discuss official business.
Official?
That's right, ma'am. You see, there have been complaints.
Complaints?
About the stink coming from your chimney. They say at night it's something foul. Health regulations being my duty, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to take a look.
At the bakehouse?
That's right, ma'am.
Oh, well, you see, it's locked and I don't have the key. It's Mr. Todd upstairs. He has the key and he's not here right now.
When will he be back?
Couldn't say, I'm sure.
Oh, one of Mother's favorites. If one bell rings in the Tower of Bray, ding dong, your true love will stay. Ding dong, one bell today in the Tower of Bray.
Ding dong.
What's that?
Oh, that's just my boy, the lad that helps me with the pies.
He's in the bakehouse, isn't he?
Oh, yes, of course. But you see, he's, well, simple in the head. Just last week, he ran away, and we found him 2 days later, half-starved by the embankment. So ever since then, we lock him up for his own security.
Then we'll have to wait for Mr. Todd, won't we?
Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Todd's gone to Wapping, won't be back for hours, and he'll be ever so sorry he missed you. Because just the other day, he was telling me, if only the Beadle would grace my tonsorial parlor, I'd give him the most stylish haircut, the daintiest shave, all for free. So why don't you come up some other time and take advantage of his offer?
Well, ma'am, I find that very friendly of him.
Back already? Look who's here, Mr. T, on some foolish complaint about the bakehouse. He wanted the key, and I told him you had it, but there's no hurry, is there? Why don't you run upstairs with Mr. Todd, let him fix you up nice and pretty, and there'll be plenty of time for the bakehouse later.
Well, tell me, Mr. Todd, do you pomade the hair? Because I dearly love a pomaded head.
Pomade? Of course. And a nice facial rub with Bayron, too. All for free.
Well then, I take that very friendly.
I am, sir, entirely at your disposal.
Let's just hope they can do it quietly. But just to be on the safe side, I'll provide him a little music send-off. Sweet Polly Plunkett lay in the grass, turn her eyes heavenward sighing.
An air. Black as a brook. Now, that ain't Miss Lovett's hair. Some old black cow, probably. Phew. What a fingernail. Clumsy. Ugh. Mrs. Lovett, let me out! Let me out!
Tiddle-down dee. Sweet Polly Plunkett lay in the grass, flew down to the city road crying.
It's done.
Not yet it isn't. The boy, he's guessed.
Guessed what?
About Pirelli. Since he wasn't here, I locked him up in the bakehouse. He's been screaming to wake the Dell. We have to look after him.
But the judge is coming. I've arranged it.
You? Worrying about the judge at a time like this? Come on.
The engine roared, the motor hissed, and who could see how the road would twist? In Sweeney's ledger, the entries matched. A Beadle arrived and a Beadle dispatched to satisfy the hungry god of Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Sweeney, Sweeney
sir.
You do me honor, Mr. Foggs.
I agree. It'd be our mutual interest to come to some arrangement in regard to my poor children's hair.
Your children?
We are one happy family here, sir. And all my patients are my children to be corrected when they're naughty and rewarded with sweetie when they're good. But to our business. He is a charming yellow, a little dull in tone perhaps, but you can soon restore it to its natural gleam. Now here, a fine texture for a man. As you know, sir, there's always a discount in the hair of a male.
This one has the shade hair I seek.
Poor child. She needs so much correction. She sings all day and night and leaves the other mates sleepless. Come, child. Smile for the gentleman, and you shall get a sweetie. Now, where shall I cut?
Anthony!
Johanna!
What is this? What is this?
Unhand her.
Why, you?
Mr. Foggs, stop or I'll shoot.
Shoot and I'll stop.
I can't shoot.
City on fire, fast and the lunatics yelling in the streets. The end of the world, that city on fire! Hunchbacks dancing, screams in the ground, and the worry of giant rains caught. Shout! Look! Flying at the moonlight thing! Black rain falling on the city on fire! City on fire! City on fire!
Will we be married on Sunday? That's what you promised. Married on Sunday. That was last August. Kiss me.
Right on the chimneys, great black roads screeching at the city on fire! City on fire! City on fire!
Toby, where are you, lad?
Toby, where are you, lad?
Nothing's gonna harm you.
Toby.
Not while I'm around.
Toby.
Where are you hiding? Nothing's gonna harm you, Toby. Not while I'm around.
Nothing to be afraid of, boy.
Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays.
City on fire, rats and streets and lunatics yelling at the world. It's the end of the world, yes!
Beadle, Beadle, no good hiding, I saw you. Are you in there still, Beadle? Beadle, get her, but watch it, she's a wicked one. She'll deceive you with her fancy gowns and her fancy heads and her mischief, devil's work. Where are you, Beadle? Beadle.
Rats in the streets and lunatics yelling at
Rats in the streets and the lunatics yelling at the moon. It's the end of the world, yes! City on fire! Construction, burn to the ground and the word of die is free by fire! Come on! Lighting on fire! City on fire!
Mr. Todd?
No one is here. Where is this Mr. Todd?
No matter, for I trust him as I trust my right arm. Wait for him here. I return with the coach in less than half an hour.
But they're after us. What if they trace us here? Oh, Anthony, please let me come with you.
No, my darling. There's no safety for you out in the street.
But in these sailor clothes, who's to know it is I?
No, the risk is too great. Ah, miss, look at me, miss. Oh, look at me, please, oh, favor me with your glance. Ah, miss, soon we'll be gone and sailing the seas and happily wed in France. And we'll sail the world to see its wonders, from the pearls of Spain to the rubies of Tibet, and we'll come back to London someday. And I'll be back before those lips have time to lose that smile.
Beadle, where are you? Beadle, dear Beadle, dear Beadle! Beadle, diddle, 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 dumpling, diddle, dumpling, diddle, 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 diddle.
You! What are you doing here?
Oh, the stink of evil is here, sir! From below, from her! Beadle, dear Beadle!
Quick, woman, leave now!
Oh, she's the devil's wife! Oh, beware her, sir, beware her! She with no pity in her heart!
Leave, woman, now! Get out!
Hey, don't I know you, mister?
Mr. Todd! The judge. I have no time.
Where is she? Where is the girl?
Below, Your Honor, in the care of my neighbor, Mrs. Lovett. Thank heavens the sailor did not molest her. Thank heavens, too, she has seen the error of her ways.
She has?
Oh, yes. She speaks only of you, longing for forgiveness.
And she shall have it. She'll be here soon, you say?
I think I hear her now.
Excellent, my friend.
Is that her dainty footstep on the stair?
I hear nothing.
Yes, isn't that her shadow on the wall?
Where?
There! Primping, making herself even prettier than usual,
prettier.
if possible.
Oh, pretty women.
Pretty women, yes.
Quickly, sir, splash of bay rum.
Sit, sir, sit.
Johanna, Johanna.
Pretty women
Hurry,
are a wonder. Pretty women,
remember
yes,
to get
sir.
today, barber.
Pretty women, blowing out their candles, or combing out their hair. Even when they leave, they still are there. There.
How seldom it is one meets a fellow spirit.
With a fellow taste, in women at least.
What? What is that?
The years no doubt have changed me, sir. But then, I suppose, the face of a barber, the face of a prisoner in the dock, is not particularly memorable!
Benjamin Barker!
Benjamin Barker! Rest now, my friend. Rest now forever. Sleep now the untroubled sleep of the angels. Tobias. My razor. You! What are you doing here?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I saw the sign for a barber and I was thinking of asking for a shave.
When did you come in?
Oh, sir, whatever I've seen, no man shall ever know. Oh, please, sir.
A shave, huh? At your service.
But, sir.
No matter what you have seen, you are still in dire need of a shave.
Lift your razor high, singing, hear it singing there. Take it in the rosy skin of righteousness.
Die, God in heaven! Die! You. Can it be? Oh, how all the demons of hell have come to torment me. Quick. To the oven.
Why did you scream? Does the judge still live?
He was clutching, grabbing at my skirt, but now he's finished.
Leave them to me. Open the doors.
No.
Open the doors, I say.
No, don't touch her!
What is the matter with you? It's just some meddling old beggar. Oh no! Oh my God. Don't I know you, she said. You knew she lived. From the first moment that I walked into your shop, you knew my Lucy lived!
I was only thinking of you.
Lucy.
You're Lucy, a crazy hag picking phones and rotten spuds from alley ash cans. Would you have wanted to know that was all that was left of her?
You lied to me.
No, not lied at all. No, I never lied. So she took the poison. She did never said that she died. She lived, poor thing, but it's just a week in the head. All she did for months was just lie there in bed. Should have been in hospital, wound up in bed instead. Poor thing, better for you to think she was dead. Yes, I lied. I'd be twice the one she was. I lied.
What have I done? Mrs. Lovett, you're a bloody wonder, eminently practical and yet appropriate as always. As you've said repeatedly, there's little point of dwelling on the past.
Do you
come
mean it?
here,
Everything
my
I
love.
swear was only for the best.
Not a thing to fear,
Believe
my
me,
love.
can
What's
we
dead
still be
is dead.
best?
The history of the world, my pet,
Oh, Mr. Todd, leave it to me.
is learn forgiveness and try to forget.
By the sea, Mr. Todd will be comfy cozy. By the sea, Mr. Todd, where there's no one nosy.
And life is for the alive, my dear. So let's keep living it. Just keep living it. Really living it. There was a barber and his wife, and she was beautiful. A foolish barber and his wife, she was his reason and his life, and she was beautiful, and she was virtuous, and he was naive.
Patty cake. Baker man, bake me a cake. No, bake me a pie to delight my eye. I will sigh if crust the eye. Mr. Todd, it's the old woman. You harmed her too, have ya? Shouldn't, you know. Shouldn't harm nobody. Razor. Cut, Cadogan. Watch me grind my corn. Pat him and prick him, and mark him with B, and put him in the oven for baby and me! You'll pardon me, gentlemen, but you may not enter here. Oh no, me mistress. I'm sure that no one enters here. There's much work to be done. So much work. 3 times through the grinder, that's the secret. 3 times through, for them to be tender and juicy. 3 times. Smoothly. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale and his eye was odd.
He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again.
He trod a path that few have trod. Did Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
shop in London town, of fancy clients and good renown.
And what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved.
By Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Sweep your razor wide, Sweeney, hold it to the skies. Pretty flows the blood of those who are alive.
His needs were few, his room was bare. He hardly used his fancy chair. The more he bleeds, the more he lives. He never forgets and he never forgives. Perhaps today you gave a nod to Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. Sweeney wishes the world away. Sweeney's weeping for yesterday, hugging a blade, waiting the years, hearing the music that nobody hears. Sweeney waits in the parlor, oh, Sweeney waits in the office wall. Nothing can help, no one can hide you. Isn't that Sweeney there beside you? Sweeney wishes the world away. Sweeney's weeping for yesterday. Nothing can help, nothing can hide you. Isn't that Sweeney there beside you? Sweeney, 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 Sweeney.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
He served a dark and a hungry God.
He served a dark and a hungry God.
To seek revenge may lead to hell.
But everyone does it as seldom as well.
As Sweeney,
As Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Sweeney Todd, your Salesian Players.